afternoon, everybody. Welcome to the Huddersfield Jones Stadium, the home of Warrington Wolves Super League 13, round 7. It's a bright and breezy, windy afternoon down here. Good Friday clash against the Huddersfield Giants. Warrington will be looking to bounce back to winning ways after losing out to Bradford in round 6. Same goes to Huddersfield Giants. They lost out to Wigan the same weekend as well. Huddersfield, they won both games down here at the Huddersfield Jones in Super League 12. So Warrington will be looking for revenge against the Huddersfield Giants. It was going to be a post-Satan game between the Wolves and the Giants. Warrington making one change to the side that lost out to Bradford in round 6. That's Kevin Penny coming in for Michael Moynihan, who's dropped out. Vinnie Anderson moves up to standoff, and Paul Johnson moves from the wing to second row. So Warrington line up as follows. It's Stuart Reardon at full-back. It's a back four of Chris Hicks, Martin Gleeson, Matt King and Kevin Penny. Half-backs Vinnie Anderson and Lee Brace. A front three of Adrian Morley, John Clark and Paul Rahihi. A back three of Paul Johnson, Ben Westwood and Louis Anderson. On the bench, Mark Gleeson, Rob Parker, Steve Pickersgill and Andy Braycheck. Game's just about kicked off and literally 20 seconds in. It's Warrington on the attack through Ben Westwood. Wolves already 40 metres away from their own try line. John Clark from dummy half. Brace on now to Gleeson. Gleeson against his former club, gets away from his opposite number, that's Paul Watara. Last tackle in this set of 6 to have a scrappy round and play the ball. To kick over the top from Lee Brace, chasing it as well. Looking to gather up the loose ball, wasn't to do so. And the Giants find themselves deeper in their own half of the field. Huddersfield lining up as follows. It's Leroy Cudjoe, Shane Elford, Paul Watara, Jamal Louisi, Rod Jensen, Kevin Brown and Luke Robinson at the back line. There's a pack of Keith Mason, Ryan Hudson, John Scandalis, Stuart Jones, Andy Raleigh and Stephen Wild at loose forward. On the bench, Earl Crabtree, Paul Jackson, Steve Snitch and Tom Hemingway. The referee for today's round 7 encounter, Mr. Ben Failer. 0-0 it is. Huddersfield, first opportunity for them to get a feel of the possession. I'm sure the conditions have a good outbearing of the next 80 minutes. Warrington's 100% home record on the line here against a team that have not won away in Super League 13. Giants have lost out to Bradford and Harlequins on the road so far. Warrington unbeaten at home, like I did say. Wins against Hull FC, Catalan Dragons and Wigan Warriors. They'll be looking to make it 4 from 4 with the win against Huddersfield Giants. The Wolves now just over the halfway line. Ben Westwood gets up to his feet. John Clark from dummy half. Right here, he charges up towards the 30-metre line away from the Giants' try line. Clark from dummy half picks out Adrian Morley. Expect a full-on attack from both packs here. 2 massive packs in the world of Super League. I suppose the game against Bradford is good preparation for the Wolves. The Bulls, a big pack. Huddersfield, an even bigger pack, so it's going to be interesting to see how the game goes. Last tackle. It's a high kick from Lee Brace. Looking for Matt King or Kevin Penny. Pound back off the hands, I think it was Matt King. Play continues. But it was the last tackle, it's going to be a turnover. Next up for the Wolves is on Easter Monday. Tough trip to the jungle against Castleford Tigers in round 8. They'll be totally demanding on the bodies. 2 games in 4 days, sorry. Fingers crossed Michael Moynihan will be fit and well enough to make the trip over to the Pennines on Easter Monday. But anyway, back to today's game. The Wolves working overtime in defence now, trying to pen the Giants down in their own half of the field. As you'd expect from Huddersfield, utilising the power of the pack to its full effect in this phase of attack. Just under 40 metres away from their own try line. It's going to be a kick downfield from Luke Robinson, a tricky former Wigan Warrior and Salford City Reds player, so Warrington needs to keep an eye on him. Ball goes downfield, picked up by Stuart Reardon. Reardon makes his way to 20 metres away from his own try line. So it's been a tentative opening 5 minutes. Breakdown field for Lee Blaze. Can he go all the way? Yes, he can. Is the answer to that question. A great breakdown field from Lee Blaze. Got away from the oncoming traffic of the Huddersfield Giants defence. Had the strength to hold off the defenders. Just over 4 minutes gone. Warrington on the scoreboard. 4-0 to the Wolves. Conversion for Lee Blaze makes it Warrington 6, Huddersfield Giants 0. What a start to this Super League 13 round 7 match. Warrington on the attack. Tentative opening 4 minutes, but then a turn the pace from Lee Blaze. Caught through the Huddersfield Giants defence. Had the strength as well to hold off the attackers. To get the ball over the try line. Good start for the Wolves. Platform's been made. Can they build on it and kick away from this Huddersfield Giants outfit? Currently 3rd versus 6th. Warrington are in 3rd, Huddersfield in 6th. From the 6 games played so far, Warrington have won 4, lost 2. The queer Huddersfield won 2, lost 4. Warrington on the halfway line now. Louis Anderson at least forward today. Gleeson gets a pass away to Braze. Braze a kick downfield. One for Shane Elford to chase. He picks this one up. Chases are there from the Wolves. First man in was Vinnie Anderson. Huddersfield 20 metres away from their own try line. And sure, Lee Blaze will be looking to use the wind to full effect with his kicking. Could be making it really difficult for either team to try and defend a kick downfield. But we know Lee Blaze has got a world-class kicking game in his locker. As the Giants make their way to the halfway line, it's a kick downfield. Bobbles its way towards the try line. Kevin Penny picks it up. 5 Huddersfield players to choose, run straight at the Giants player. Unfortunately for Kevin Penny, loses possession. Mistakes being compounded even worse now. Penalty awarded to Huddersfield. Penalty conversion by Leroy Cudjoe's made it Warrington 6, Huddersfield 2. Huddersfield still in their own half of the field. Warrington guilty of giving away a penalty. Not what the doctor ordered, to say the least, but it's just got to get on with it. 6-2, so still in the driving seat. Hudson going from dummy half, being guilty of giving away a forward pass. So the Wolves will be more than pleased with that outcome. First of 4 meetings between these two in Super League 13. One of those is Millennium Magic at Cardiff on May Bank Holiday weekend, so should be a pulsating weekend of action between Warrington and Huddersfield. This is a bit of a taster for it, to say the least. Stuart Reardon going from dummy half, runs into a lot of traffic. But Warrington Good platform here, 30 metres away from the try line. Adrian Morley powering forward. Huddersfield guilty of a high tackle. So another penalty. Now the Wolves going to run it or take the 2 on off it. Warrington decided to run it. Quick tap to Paul Rahihi. That puts Warrington 10 metres away from the Giants try line. John Clark directing play. Pass out the back to Vinnie Anderson. Anderson to Breers. Breers back on the inside to Stuart Reardon. Eventually well tackled by the scrambling Huddersfield defence. Clark comes down the right hand side, offloads it to Louis Anderson. Louis Anderson puts a grubber kick in. That's been picked up by a Huddersfield player. Paul Ouattara is the man in question who got it. Warrington caught offside, so it's going to be a penalty. Opportunity for the Giants to get a decent kick downfield and get out the danger zone. Lee Robinson does exactly that, puts Huddersfield 30 metres away from their own try line. It's going to be a big physical game today. 2 big packs, full of power. There's going to be some sore bodies after this outcome today. Giants now working the ball through the hands, going down the right hand side, eventually tackled on the halfway line. Moving it back down the left now as Robinson tries to direct play, gets the ball away to Ouattara, still going, gets away from Lee Breers, runs into Chris Hicks. Eventually tackle was the big New Zealander. Robinson now picks out the short runner, well watched by Ben Westwood and Lee Breers as well. Last tackle in this set of 6 for the Giants. Decided to run it. It's going to be a kick over the top from Kevin Brown. Touch judge is on as well, so he's obviously seen something in back play. Referee's going to have a bit of a word here with the touch judge to see what the problem is. Kevin Brown down in a heap on the floor, got the ball away in the tackle. In for the challenge on Kevin Brown. Brown got the kick away. Louis Anderson a little bit too late for the touch judge and the referee, Mr. Failers that like him. And the yellow cards come straight out. So Warrington for the next 10 minutes are going to be down to 12 men. Huddersfield will be looking to make the extra man count and get back into this game. It is 6-2. They decided 20 metres away from the goalpost. They're going to go for the 2 points on offer. Penalty conversion was missed by Leroy Cudjoe. It still remains 1-6, Huddersfield 2. Just over 15 minutes gone in this one. It's a tasty Good Friday game, this one. Already Warrington, a man sin bin through Louis Anderson. Luckily for the Wolves though, Leroy Cudjoe could not convert the penalty. Just shows you how windy it is down here this afternoon. Going to be making it really difficult for the penalty and the conversion takers.
So please keep the concrete aprons free for health and safety reasons. Thank you.
Warrington's defence going to have to work overtime now to make sure the gaps are covered. As the Giants now look to get it out wide, and the rally getting the ball away. Kevin Brown very unlucky not to get his hands on that one. Still in the hands of the Giants. Getting rather scrappy around to play the ball. That's going to be a scrum down. Knock on it is, so it's going to be Warrington's head and feed. Scrum goes in. It's in the hands of Lee Brays. Off to Martin Gleeson. Gleeson comes in. Well tackled by Raleigh. Clark from dummy half picks out Ben Westwood. Westwood now gets away from one player. Can't get away from the oncoming traffic. And tackle just shy of the halfway line. Clark from dummy half gets over the halfway line. Giants caught offside. Another penalty for Warrington. Brays puts a decent kick downfield. Warrington now in the danger zone, 25 metres shy of the Giants' try line. 12 versus 13. Can the 12-man of Warrington get themselves a try here? Decent break by Morley. Clark now to Rahihi. Rahihi gets that ball away. But progress is being cut short. And the Wolves have lost possession as well. Vinnie Anderson was stopped in his tracks by the Giants' defence as he was pushed backwards, lost the possession. Advantage is being lost for the Wolves, so it's back in the hands of the Giants. Another big impact from Ben Westwood. As the Giants now make their way to 40 metres away from their own try line. Come down the blind side now. Stephen Wow gets that ball away to Watira. Well tackled by Chris Hicks. Robinson now. It's going to be a high hanging kick. This is going to be a real test now. Ball's bounced, gone backwards. Referee said no, it hasn't. It's going to be a knock on. Really difficult for Stuart Reardon to take that one. Just about got his fingertips on it. Referee Ben Fairley, he was really close to the action. No hesitation to give the scrum down Huddersfield's head and feed. So Luke Robinson now gets the ball away to Brown. Brown well tackled by Ben Westwood and Paul Johnson. The Giants now just under 10 metres away from the Wolves try line. As Robinson now knocks it on. Big miss for the Giants. Wanting to pick that ball up. Pass away from Gleeson to Morley. Morley gets over 20 metres away from his own try line. Luke Robinson disgusted with himself, shaking the head. Tells its own story.
Huddersfield Giants substitution, number 8 Mel Crabtree replaces number 16 Keith Mason.
Rahihi now on the charge. Good break. It took 3 Huddersfield players to put him down. Clark from dummy half now goes down the left-hand side. Ball being kept alive through to Paul Johnson. Johnson gets over the halfway line.
Warrington Wolves substitution, number 15 Rob Parker replaces number 10 Paul Rahihi.
Rob Parker, first half substitution for Paul Rahihi, straight into the action. No nonsense approach from Parker. Pass out wide to Vinnie Anderson. Vinnie Anderson to Lee Brays, back on the inside to Reardon. Reardon gets away to Westwood. Westwood to Hicks. Hicks back on the inside. Looking for Westwood, gets the ball out of the bar, never found him. And it's Watira coming back upfield. Ball getting away to Rod Jensen. Jensen well tackled. Crabtree now runs into Rob Parker. Big impact with him and Morley as well. It's Kevin Brown gets that ball away to Jamal Olizi. He's tackled 20 metres shy of the Wolves try line. Knock on under play the ball though.
15, Paul Jackson replaces number 10, John Scandalis.
It's a big let off for Warrington there. Within the danger zone. I'm sure John Sharp will not be too impressed. Huddersfield had the opportunities. Just seem to be conceding possession when they're getting within striking distance of the Warrington Wolves try line. Which is good news for Warrington, 6-2 in their favour. Just over 22 minutes gone on this one. Still a long way to go in this round 7 fixture of Super League 13. As Clark gets away to Morley, big impact again. Morley leading from the front. Took 2 Huddersfield players to put him down to ground. Clark from dummy half again, picks out Parker as the first receiver. Pass out wide to Paul Johnson, gets away with it, went backwards as the referee's decision. So it's still in the hands of the Wolves. It's going to be a big kick downfield. Rod Jensen picks this one up. Makes his way to the 20 metres away from his own try line. Makes a half break, still going is Jensen. Screwing up to Stuart Reardon. Big impact with Stuart Reardon. Reardon comes out the winner on that occasion. Good break downfield from Jensen though. Shows you he's a dangerous customer for the Giants. Somewhere for the Wolves to keep their eyes on. The Giants now banging on the door as Luke Robinson gets it away again to Kevin Brown. Brown back on the inside. I think that player is Andy Raleigh. He's tackled 8 metres shy of the Wolves try line. Going from dummy half. Ball out the back. Kevin Brown steps inside. Matt King. There's a looping pass out wide. It's going to be a try for Huddersfield. Jamal Alizi has gone in for the try. And it's the Giants all back in the game now. It's Warrington 6, Huddersfield 4.
Try for Huddersfield Giants, number 11, Jamal Alizi.
That's a misconversion by Leroy Cudjoe. Remains Warrington 6, Huddersfield 4. 24-50. I do apologise, get my calculator working, shall I? It's Warrington 6, Huddersfield Giants 6. Getting too excited with the action on offer this afternoon. End-to-end stuff, big impacts in the tackles and some good footwork as well, shown by the speedsters on the outside, and some great hands being shown despite the difficult conditions down at the Halliwell Jones Stadium today. Really is windy, but that's not stopping the playmakers from getting the passes out. And on occasions when it sticks, it's impressive stuff. So it's Warrington 6, Huddersfield 6, as the Giants now make their way to within 40 metres away from the Wolves try line. It's the last tackle. To expect another high kick from Luke Robinson. This is another one to test Stuart Reardon's ability now. And he stood up well, did Reardon, took it well, no problems. Quick tap now from the Wolves. Kevin Penny's on the chase. The Wolves not too impressed with the challenge from Earl Crabtree on Kevin Penny, but the referee, Mr. Failer, is having none of it. So play continues with Ben Westwood. Picks out Chris Hicks, Warrington's top try scorer so far. And Super League top try scorer as well. 8 tries to his name in the opening 6 rounds of Super League. As the Wolves make their way over the try line, over the halfway line, sorry. We'll have a scrap around the play. The ball gets waved away. It's Vinnie Anderson now, looking for Matt King. I think that ball came off the hand of Paul Johnson rather than a Huddersfield player. The big Australian took it taken down there. 2 Huddersfield Giants players wrestled into the ground eventually. As Rob Parker trying to do the hard yards now. Clark from dummy half picks out Morley. Well tackled by the Giants defence. It's Morley again. Passes that wide to Breeze. Breeze takes it forward, looking for Martin Gleeson. Gleeson back on the inside, still going is Gleeson. Tackled 8 metres shy of the try line. Good position from the Wolves. There's Breeze. Long pass out wide to Vinnie Anderson. Anderson out the back, goes backwards rather than forwards. Matt King eventually straightens things up and goes forward.
Number 14, Mark Gleeson, replaces number 9, John Clark.
Clark is being replaced by Mark Gleeson as Breeze picks out Ben Westwood going for the try line. Now was there a trip from Luke Robinson? Now the referees give the penalty. Can we see a card of any colour coming out for Luke Robinson? The answer is going to be no. Close to the line once, they're going to tap it. It's Ben Westwood as first receiver. It's Mark Gleeson from dummy half now directing play. Adrian Morley on the charge. Can the Wolves crack open this solid Giants defence? Vinnie Anderson back on the inside to Louis. Unfortunately for Louis, Anderson slipped over on the surface. But Warrington still within touching distance of the try line. As Lee Breers now looks to unlock the defence, picks out Chris Hicks. It's Hicks on the charge to the line. Hicks has got the ball down. Try number 9 for Chris Hicks. And Warrington are back in front at 10-6, coming down the blind side. Breers picked out Chris Hicks. Hicks back on the inside, powered his way to the try line. Missed conversion from Lee Breers. It still remains Warrington 10, Huddersfield Giants 6.
Huddersfield Giants substitution. Number 20, Tom Hemingway, replaces number 19, Ryan Hudson.
Well, a rough, tough opening half hour of this Super League 13 round 7 clash this one's been. Blood and thunder affair. What could you expect from a game between Warrington and the Huddersfield Giants? This is the 22nd game in Super League play between these two. Warrington have won 13 and lost 8 of the previous 21. Of the last 10 games played here in Warrington, though, the Wolves just about edging it by 6 wins to 4. So, you know, history's in Warrington's favour in Super League, even though the Giants did do the double over the Wolves in Super League 12. Got to go back to Super League 11 for the last home victory against the Giants. But they're on course at the minute. Still a long way to go, though. Warrington 10, Huddersfield 6. Last tackle. As Breers now keeping the ball out to Ben Westwood. Westwood offloads to Martin Gleeson. It's going to be a kick downfield. A bit too heavy for Chris Hicks to race, and it's Cudjoe who picks up the loose ball. Nowhere to go for Cudjoe. He's tackled 20 metres away from his own try line. As the Giants make their way to 30 metres away now. Ale Crabtree on the charge. Tackled by Mark Gleeson of all people. It shows you how good in defence Mark Gleeson is. He's got the heart to go in there where it hurts and take on the big men. Real David and Goliath job there. Anyway, play continues. That kick's far too heavy for Robinson. Stuart Reardon's going to let that one go harmlessly over the dead ball line. Mark Gleeson taps it, passes on to Adrian Morley. Morley had Kevin Penny in support, couldn't get the ball away though. Ben Westwood on the charge now, being really impressive with Ben in Super League 13. Really has been strong and solid in the cause of the Primrose and Blue. Steve Pickersgill now replaces Adrian Morley. Pickersgill straight into the action. Mark Gleeson direct in play. Pass away to Breers. Breers now back on the inside to Martin Gleeson. Gleeson gets that ball away to Louis Anderson. Last tackle in this set of 6. Breers now calling for the ball. He's going to put a kick up in the air. That's swaying all over the place. Really is difficult for the fullback to take this one. Bouncing all over the place. Joe could do nothing more with it. He grounded the ball, but a good tackle from Kevin Penny puts him over the dead ball line. It's going to be a dropout from underneath the six for the Giants to defend. Don't envy being a fullback in these conditions. That ball just swayed all over the place. Joe could do nothing with it. And the dropout's being taken, makes his way to 40 metres away from the Giants try line. Chris Hicks charges forward. Already a try scored for the Wolves this afternoon. It's Ben Westwood now on the charge. Couldn't get the ball away, tried desperately. Eventually that possession was smothered by Stuart Jones as the Wolves make their way to within 10 of the Giants try line. Now Mark Gleeson goes himself in dummy half, picks out Lee Breers with a pass. Breers looking for the options around him, can't get the possession away, accepts the ball, accepts the tackles. The Wolves are still in the danger zone as Martin Gleeson comes in on the inside. Huddersfield caught offside. It's going to be a penalty in Warrington's favour. And Lee Breers is going to take the easy option of going for the 2 points, which is a good move for the Wolves. Successful penalty conversion from Lee Breers. Warrington 12, Huddersfield 6.
12, Huddersfield Giants 6.
Matt Kidd now picks up the ball downfield, runs into a lot of traffic. Giants are obviously aware of the size of the man and the presence he does have on the field, ensuring the tackles are there before he can get a head of steam up. Penalty now being awarded to Warrington. High tackle on Rob Parker. Takes a knock to the head for his wares in that charge up the field. Good kick downfield now has put Warrington 25 shy of the Giants try line. It's Pickersgill on the charge. He breaks the 20-metre line. Giants defence now working overtime to keep the Wolves at bay. Rob Parker goes for the try line. Slightly forward, so a missed opportunity for the Wolves. That's going to be a Huddersfield Giants head and feed at the scrum. Both of these two in the last 4 matches have won 2, lost 2. Sorry, no, they haven't. Warrington have won 3 and lost 1. Huddersfield have won 2, lost 2. So, current form, Warrington just about edging it against the Giants. Wins for the Wolves against Wigan, Catalans and Hulkinson Rovers. Defeat to Bradford. Huddersfield, they've got wins against Hull and Castleford under the belts. Defeats to Wigan and the Quins. So they'll be looking to make it a winning back to return. If they lose today, they lost 3 on the bounce. They're on the wrong end of the scoreboard so far. Warrington 12, Huddersfield Giants 6. Going to do a last tackle in this set of play. It's a kick downfield from Kevin Brown. Chris Hicks is scurrying back to pick this one up on his own try line. Chases are there, nowhere for Hicks to go. But he does break the 10-metre line. Stuart Reardon now comes up from fullback. He makes another 10 metres forward. Just under a minute to the half-time break, so no mistakes required here from the Wolves. 5 drives and the kick downfield should get Warrington to the half-time break. 6 points to the good. Mark Gleeson back on the inside to Martin. Martin Gleeson tackled 35 metres shy of his own try line. Here's a kick downfield from Lee Breers. One for Leroy Cudjoe to go and scurry back and pick up. Does exactly that. Runs at Ben Westwood and Chris Hicks. Paul Ouattara now trying to do some hard yards forward. Goes sideways on that occasion though. As the Giants trying desperately to get over the halfway line. Can't do so on that occasion. Luke Robinson now looks for the options around him. To pass back on the inside to Shane Elford. As Ryan Hudson goes from dummy half. Gets that ball out the back as well, looking for Crabtree. Went backwards more than anything. As play continues, this is dangerous now as Cudjoe comes up into the line. Back on the inside to Rod Jensen. There's going to be a penalty now to Huddersfield. This isn't what the doctor ordered for Warrington Wolves. High tackle is the referee's decision. Now the Giants going to run it or take the 2 on offer with it being so close to half time. Going to go take the 2 that's on offer. Change of kickers work the treat for the Giants. Tom Hemingway gets the Huddersfield Giants at 8. Warrington 12. Long kick downfield from the Wolves. Shouts of a forward pass from the Barmy Army being waved away. Earl Crabtree just gets on with it. 12-8 in Warrington's favour. Tom Hemingway is the man who got the penalty conversion. Changing kickers work the treat for the Giants on that occasion. Leroy Cudjoe was the man who missed one of the conversion attempts. Half time it is. It's been an interesting opening 40 Super League 13 round 7. But it's the Warrington Wolves who've got the noses in front. Just about. It's the Wolves 12, Huddersfield 8. Second half of round 7, the Super League 13. Half-time score, Warrington 12. Huddersfield 8 try scorers in the first half. Lee Braze and Chris Hicks for the Wolves. For the Giants, it was Jamal Loizy getting over the whitewash for them. So Warrington has the job done. Another 40 to go. Can they make it? Win number 4 at home at the Halliwell Jones. And then themselves 2 valuable points and keep themselves in the top 3 or 4 shake-up come the end of round 7. Round 8, as we already know, is on Easter Monday. So the Wolves will be looking to travel to Castleford full of confidence after a win against Huddersfield today. Still a long way to go in this game though. The Wolves just need to keep the composure, keep the discipline, and don't lose the heads in the heat of the battle, because I'm sure Huddersfield will try and ruffle a few feathers down here this afternoon. The Wolves making the way to 45 metres away from their own try line from the kickoff. Pickersgill just gets over the halfway line. Tackled by 3 Giants players. Matt Gleeson on the field for John Clark. Clark not come back out yet. Not too sure whether there was an injury to John. Hopefully there isn't. It's just a tactical change from Paul Cullen. It's going to be a kick downfield from Lee Brace. It's a crossfield kick. Tricky one to take. It's picked up by Stephen Wild, former Wigan Warrior. He's tackled by Matt King and Kevin Penny. Tackle from Vinnie Anderson. And Kevin Penny keep the Giants pinned in their own half of the field. Still in the danger zone. As he eased away from safety to Huddersfield now just about breaking the 35-metre line. Tackles flying in on that occasion from Rob Parker on his opposite number. It's going to be a kick downfield from Luke Robinson. Straight down the throat of Chris Hicks. Try to score in the first half. Nowhere to go for Chris Hicks. There's a solid defence from the Giants, stopped him in his tracks. Stuart Reardon from dummy half. Tackle 40 metres away from the Wolves try line. Conditions really are difficult for handling this afternoon. It really is a strong wind swirling around the Halliwell Jones. It's going to be difficult for handling and for taking any high kicks that come your way as well. Good break downfield though from Louis Anderson. It's the last tackle. Ball makes its way to Lee Beers, and here we go again. A massive high kick for Cudjoe to take. Does well to the Huddersfield Giants fullback. But the Giants still in the danger zone. And this is where the Warrington will be hoping to keep him pinned down. No way did that man play the ball. Referee agrees so. Penalty now for the Wolves. It's going to be a scrum down, Warrington head and feet. Crowd now starting to roar behind the ball to inspire them to charge forward and get the third try of the afternoon. Put the Giants under some pressure. Ball at the base of the scrum to Lee Breeze. Breeze running it back on the inside to Martin Gleeson. Can he get over the whitewash against his former club? The answer is no on that occasion. Mark Gleeson goes from dummy half. Ben Westwood on the charge. Tackle just shy of that Huddersfield try line. Long pass out wide to Martin Gleeson. Gleeson goes back down the right hand side. Ball at the back to Mark Gleeson. Gleeson away to Lee Breeze. Breeze to Vinnie Anderson. Back on the inside to Paul Johnson. Good tackle in the end, stopped him in his tracks. Offside is the referee's decision. Warrington Wolves penalty. Now they're having a bit of a chat with each other. They're going to go for the 2. Lee Breeze is going to indicate he's going for 2 points on offer. First blood for the Warrington Wolves in the second half. Warrington 14, Huddersfield 8. Tell you what, despite the windy conditions down there at the Halliwell Jones today, it's good to see the Warrington Wolves have got the confidence to throw the ball around and keep it alive in the tackle. Very nearly undone the Huddersfield Giants defence, but the Giants, in the desperation to hold on to the Wolves players to slow them down, giving away the penalty. Libre is successful with the conversion. That gap has opened to 6 points again for the Wolves' favour. Ball back on the inside to Martin Gleeson. Gleeson back on the inside. It's Chris Hicks striding for the try line. He's got Martin Gleeson in support. He goes round the fullback and the ball has gone down for the try for the Warrington Wolves. Great break down the field. Martin Gleeson initially made the break. Had Chris Hicks in support. Hicks striding away for the try line. Pass back on the inside to Martin Gleeson. Gleeson rounded Leroy Cudjoe. Goes in for a great try. Warrington 18, Huddersfield 8. Successful conversion for Lee Breeze. Warrington 20, Huddersfield 8.
Warrington Wolves 20, Huddersfield Giants 8.
Tricky kick downfield for Mark Gleeson to take. Eventually beats the Huddersfield Giants players through the ball. So possession still in the hands of Warrington. What a try from Martin Gleeson though. Started by him deep in his own half of the field. Chris Hicks had good vision to pass back on the inside to Gleeson within 20 metres of the Giants try line. Leroy Cudjoe could do nothing about it. And Martin Gleeson goes in for a try against his former club, which I'm sure he'll be more than pleased about. I'm sure he's going to be more pleased about the 20 points to 8 scoreline as well. As the Wolves now try to up the gears. The last tackle in this set of play, Wolves keeping the ball alive. In the middle of the field to Lee Breeze, there's a kick downfield. Cudjoe's going to pick this one up 10 metres shy of his own try line. In the build-up to this game, Paul Cullen was saying Warrington only know one gear, and that's in 5th. I'm sure he's be pleased with the slower start to today's game. I think today Warrington have actually found 2nd and 3rd gear, and have got the ability to go up the gears, and they proved that wants to do so. Huddersfield struggling to live with the Wolves, so lots of pluses to take from today's game. Worryingly though, still no show of John Clark. Hopefully that won't be too serious and he will be available to either come out today to continue the game or be available for the game on Monday against Castleford. No Michael Monahan today as well. Hopefully that might be just precautionary as well. The Wolves are guilty of a penalty. And that's a kick downfield now for the Giants, 20 metres away from the Wolves try line. Got to keep defence rock solid. It's not happened on that occasion. Ben Westwood guilty of not making contact with the man. As the Wolves now under some pressure from Ale Crabtree on the charge. Crabtree does well to get the ball out the back of the tackle. Play continues. Got to stand solid now, the Wolves. Got the advantage of 12 points. Don't want to be giving it away for 6. And it's Crabtree for the try line. Now did the big man knock it on? Referee's going to have a word with his touch judges and the in-goal touch judges as well. Tries being given. Ale Crabtree powered onto that ball from close to the line. Ball's gone over. Warrington 20. Huddersfield 12. Successful conversion from Leroy Cudjoe. It's now Warrington 20. Huddersfield 14.
Warrington Wolves substitution. Number 9 John Clark and number 8 Adrian Morley. Replace number 14 Mark Gleeson and 18 Steve Pickersgill.
Steve Pickersgill and Mark Gleeson being replaced by John Clark and Adrian Morley. Thankfully that move is just precautionary and tactical from Paul Cullen. So no injury worries. Mistake from the Giants though, give possession back to Ben Westwood. Huddersfield just getting themselves back in the game through a try from Ale Crabtree. Can the Wolves extend the lead back to 12 points? Warrington 20, Huddersfield 14. Louis Anderson now on the charge to the try line. Anderson gets up and plays that ball. John Clark from dummy half now. Trying to burrow his way through. He's got 4 or 5 Giants players all around him. Louis Anderson done from dummy half now. Offloads it to his brother Vinny. Vinny's well tackled just underneath the sticks. John Clark now passes that wide to Lee Breers. Breers a kick over the top looking for Hicks. Hicks has gone in for the try. Try number 2, try number 10 for him for the season. The Wolves have extended the lead. Warrington 20. Huddersfield 14. Great kick over the top from Hicks. Hicks is in the right place at the right time to ground it and catch it cleanly. It's a missed conversion attempt from Lee Breers. It's Warrington 24, Huddersfield 14. Great take from Chris Hitz, giving the Warrington Wolves the advantage again. As Matty King now makes a break downfield, he's got Kevin Penny on his shoulders. Can he find him? Answer is no. Good option though. Takes some stopping reins in full flow, doesn't he? You could see in the corner of his eye Kevin Penny was on his shoulder. Just as he released it though, the ball went backwards and never found Penny, but good option. Would have been reminiscent of the first game against Hull FC down here when the move came off for them. Not to be on this occasion. It's going to be stopping players. Stephen Wild is being taken off the player field for the Giants. Looks like it's Tom Hemingway coming on for Stephen Wild, so it's going to be a reshuffle for the Huddersfield Giants. We're up and running again, just over 18 minutes gone on this one. Warrington 24, Huddersfield 14.
Huddersfield Giants substitution, number 20 Tom Hemingway replaces number 13 Stephen Wild.
The Giants just about making the way to in front of the halfway line. Down the blind side from Ryan Hudson to Luke Robinson. Back on the inside again to Steve Snitch. Snitch well watched by Matt King. Play continues though for the Giants. Keeping the ball alive is Kevin Brown. Hemingway doing his best to get away from Mark Gleeson. Good impact and a good tackle from Mark Gleeson and Lee Braze. It's going to be the last tackle. One for Stuart Reardon to pick up on his own try line. That's a penalty. Referee not too impressed with the philosophy of that tackle. Swinging arm, luckily for Stuart Reardon, he was able to duck underneath it. It's Ben Westwood now on the charge. The Wolves still in the danger zone, just over 20 metres away from their own try line. Unbeaten at home, like I've already said, in Super League 13. The Wolves' last team to win here were Huddersfield Giants in Super League 12 last September, so the Wolves will be looking to scratch that one off and keep the 100% record for 2008. A loose pass at the tackle's only found Ryan Hudson, so it's the Giants back in possession. Screens of a forward pass being waved away by the referee, Mr. Ben Failer. Kevin Brown just continues with play as the Giants make their way to 20 metres away from the Wolves' try line now. John Skadalis breaks the 20-metre line as the Giants come down the right-hand side. Luke Robinson gets the pass away. Matt King does the tackle well on Steve Snitch. Snitch tried to keep the ball alive, only found Kevin Penny. Penny going sideways rather than forwards as Ben Westwood straightens things up from dummy half. Rough, tough game this afternoon. Huddersfield holding on far too long. Referee's not too impressed. Penalty awarded to the Wolves. A kick downfield from Lee Braze puts Warrington just in front of the halfway line. The fans trying to get behind the boys now, spurring them on for another attack into Huddersfield's part of the field. Ben West was being replaced by Andy Braycheck. Vinny Anderson back on the inside to Adrian Morley. Warrington in control at the minute, 24-14. Looking to extend this lead with a couple of further tries before the end of this game. That's Clark from dummy half. Passes out wide again to Lee Braze. Braze out the back to Vinny Anderson. Huddersfield caught offside. It's going to be a penalty to the Wolves. Now are Warrington feeling confident going for the 4, or are they going to take the 2 that's on offer? I think the best option from where they are would be the 2 points to be taken, just to extend the lead by a further 2 and get possession back again. Now the kicking tee is on and Lee Braze has decided to go for the 2. Deep in front of the post, Lee Braze is successful with the penalty.
Takes the engaged Super League score now to the Warrington Wolves 26, Huddersfield Giants 14.
(26-14) in Warrington's favour with that penalty from Lee Braze. As the Wolves again starting from the back to propel themselves on the attack in Huddersfield's part of the field. Good to see the Wolves using a patient build-up. 30 metres away from their own try line, utilising the pack to its full effect against the Giants. Good pass from the tackle from Adrian Morley to John Clark. Clark offloads again to Vinny Anderson. Anderson gets up and plays that ball. It's in the hands of Braze. Braze shaped to kick. But pass back down the left-hand side to Vinny Anderson. Anderson gets that ball away. It's in the hands of Matt King. He offloads to Kevin Penny down his left wing. Back on the inside to Matt King. Matt King had Paul Johnson in support. Couldn't find him. And it's a relieved Huddersfield Giants who come up with possession. Keeping the ball alive for Warrington down this left-hand flank. Good pass back on the inside from Penny to Matt King. Unfortunately for Matt King, couldn't find Paul Johnson. And the Giants working their way out of danger again. Good enterprising play from Warrington. Really are showing to everyone in Super League 13 that on the attack, they're up there with the best in Super League. The last tackle now for the Giants. It's going to be a kick downfield. Kevin Penny takes it without any problems. Johnson goes from dummy half. Runs into Steve Raleigh. As John Clark again offloads to Rahehe. At the back of the tackle. Unfortunately for Rahehe, couldn't find Andy Braycheck. It's back in the hands of the Giants again, as the Giants now go in search of a try to get themselves back in this game. 12 points is the deficit. Robinson now trying to direct play. Pass out wide to Jamal Louisi. Tries scoring the first half of the Giants. Back on the inside. Could only find Chris Hicks though. Penalty now being awarded to Warrington. Caught offside at the play of the ball. Rob Parker will replace Paul Rahehe now. Referee's going to have a word with John Skadalis. He mustn't have been impressed with Mr. Ben Failer's decision with the penalty for the Wolves. Need to tread carefully the Huddersfield Giants around the referee. Darryl Griffin was suspended for 1 game after an outburst on the referee in the Wigan game. Anyway, penalty awarded to Warrington, keeping the ball alive from the tap as well. Adrian Morley showing good hands for a prop forward, offloading to Rob Parker. As Clark now goes himself. Good tackle in the end of it, stops him in his tracks. As Vinny Anderson now trying to make some yards forward. He runs into Steve Snitch and Ryan Hudson. Clark again from dummy half, picks out Rob Parker. Parker powers his way forward into the Huddersfield's defence. 3 players making the impact on that occasion. Wolves come down the blind side with Lee Breeze. Ball out to Paul Johnson. There's that many plastic beer cups on the field. The Wolves players are having to sidestep the beer cups as well as the Huddersfield Giants players. To kick over the top from Lee Breeze. Tell you what, that was close. The Wolves very nearly came up with possession and got themselves a well-taken try there. For all the good work's been undone. Penalties being awarded to the Giants. As the Giants now still in their own half of the field. This is where Warrington want to contain them. It's Luke Robinson now trying to create some damage in the Warrington defence. Little short pass to supporting play. Nowhere to go for the Giants on that occasion. Still just in front of the halfway line. It's a kick downfield from Kevin Brown.
Huddersfield Giants substitution, number 8, Will Crabtree replaces number 19.
Eventually picked up by Stuart Reardon. Reardon offload gets away from one player. A nice little handoff. Can't make too many yards going forward though. As the ball moves its way to the hands of Chris Hicks, who comes in off the wing. Clark from dummy half picks out Morley, leading from the front again. The Wolves 30 metres away from their own try line as Clark offloads to Rob Parker on the charge. Another further 8 to 10 metres made forward by the Warrington Wolves now. Lee Brace now comes up to the fray of action. Kick downfield. It's a good ground-eating kick from Lee Brace. Ball bounced out into touch just in front of the 20-metre line. It's been a real bruising battle. Both of these packs in no hurry to form the scrum. So the play continues. Just over 10 minutes to go to the final whistle. Warrington 26, Huddersfield 14. It's going to be a Huddersfield Giants put in. Eventually the scrum is formed and the referee stops play. Robinson puts this ball in, comes out the base of the Huddersfield side of the scrum. Again, Huddersfield using the pack to try and get themselves out of danger. Still Huddersfield in their own half of the field. Tackle from John Clark and Rob Parker. They're eventually over the halfway line. Steve Rowley runs into Vinnie Anderson. Anderson comes out on top with a bit of help from Adrian Morley. Luke Robinson now passes out wide. As the Giants now keeping the ball alive, moving the ball down the right-hand side. Shane Elford, well tackled by Chris Hicks. 18 metres away from the Warrington try line. Last tackle, it's in the hands of Luke Robinson to kick over the top. Nerves of steel shown by the Warrington player over there. Ball goes over the dead ball line. Lee Brace is the man who's got nerves of steel. The Warrington tap out 25-metre line. Kevin Penny goes on the charge as first receiver. He's well tackled. Andy Braychek now trying to get through a lot of work. Holds off the players. Good body strength shown by Andy Braychek. Eventually tackled by Earl Crabtree as Rob Parker now charging towards the halfway line. Breaks the halfway line as well. Does well.
Warrington Wolves substitution. Number 18, Steve Pickersgill replaces number 8, Adrian Morley.
Adrian Morley being replaced by Steve Pickersgill. As the Wolves on the attack, 35 metres away from the Giants try line. I just feel we've just under 10 minutes to go. One further try from the Wolves could put this game to bed. It is the last tackle now. Lee Brace now going for the draw, one-pointer, never really gets off the ground, comes off a Huddersfield play. It still is the last tackle though. Ain't going to be a repeat set of 6. Brace going for the drop kick, never really got underneath it. Came off a Giants player. Back into the hands of the Wolves. The Wolves, unfortunately, though, not being able to create the opportunity to get themselves over the try line from the position that they were in. And it's going to be a straight turnover for the Giants. Huddersfield making the way to within 40 metres away from their own try line now as Kevin Brown comes down the right-hand side. Good tackle from Paul Johnson on his former Wigan teammate. Matt King coming in with the tackle. Kevin Penny gets in there to stop the pass getting out to the wingman. Penalty's been awarded in favour of the Huddersfield Giants. Not standing square at the play of the ball. Kevin Brown taps it. The Giants now within 20 metres of the Warrington try line. Tom Hemingway calling the shots from dummy half to Luke Robinson. Robinson back on the inside. Ball out the back though, it's Hemingway going for the try line. Finds Robinson with a loose pass that went to ground. Kevin Brown now keeping the ball alive. Only found Matt King. Matt King eventually gets up to his feet. He's eventually tackled by Luke Robinson and Hemingway in assistance. As Martin Gleeson now tries to make the hard yards forward. Reardon from dummy half makes his way to the 40-metre line. Braycheck from dummy half now going for the halfway line. That's exactly what he does. Good yards made upfield from the Wolves there on that occasion. Still going forward. Unfortunately though for the Wolves, knock on out to play the ball. It's going to be a scrum down, Huddersfield head and feed on the halfway line. Robinson from the base of the scrum goes down the left-hand side. Picks out Louisi. He's well tackled on the halfway line though. Ale Crabtree now trying to make some impact into the Warrington defence. Gets that ball out the tackle though. Huddersfield continue to move forward at a pace. Just over 40 metres away from the Warrington try line now as Andy Raleigh tries to make the hard yards forward. Does so. 30 metres away now from the try line. Just over 4 minutes to go on this one. Warrington 26, Huddersfield 14 as Luke Robinson finds a pass out wide to Shane Elford. Elford runs straight at Martin Gleeson and Chris Hicks.
Paul Jackson replaced number 16 Keith Mason and 10 John Scandalis.
Robinson again looking for the options around him, picks out Kevin Brown. Brown looking for Andy Raleigh. Ball's being knocked backwards. And then forwards. It's going to be a Warrington scrum down. Head and feed for the Wolves as well. Chris Hicks has been named the official man of the match for the Warrington Wolves in this round 7 Super League 13 game.
Thank you for your attendance this afternoon.
9,324 people watching this one. That's a big let off for the Warrington Wolves, wasn't it? The Giants trying to keep the ball alive, went backwards, but it's the Giants who came up with the mistake and knocked it forward eventually. It's Warrington who come up with the possession. Got a feel with just over 3 minutes to go. 2 points are in the bag for the Warrington Wolves. The 100% record so far in Super League 13 is going to be safe for one match extra.
12 Ben Westwood replaces number 17 Paul Johnson.
Paul Johnson being replaced by Ben Westwood.
Number 14 Mark Gleeson replaces number 13 Vinnie Anderson.
Vinnie Anderson being replaced by Mark Gleeson. Kick downfield, picked up by Shane Elford. Can't make too many yards going forward. Well watched by the Warrington Wolves scrambling defence. As Andy Raleigh now charges on forward. 3 or 4 Wolves players around him, stops him in his tracks. Good tackle from Rob Parker there, stopping Robinson in his tracks. Brown though, back on the inside as the Warrington defence closed down the options for the Huddersfield Giants. Ryan Hudson going from dummy half, kicks the ball away to Ale Crabtree. He's wrapped up well and truly by John Clark, Rob Parker and Ben Westwood. Last tackle in this set of 6 for the Giants. It's going to be a kick up field from Luke Robinson. Chris Hicks is going to have his name on this one. Good take from Hicks. Then she tackled just over 10 metres away from his own try line. Reardon from dummy half. Still going as well as Stuart Reardon. So difficult to put down when he moves away from the play like that. Braycheck makes another couple of yards further forward for the Wolves. As Pickersgill makes his way to 40 metres away from his own try line, roundly applauded by the fans in the ground this afternoon. Martin Gleeson now. Pass out the back to Louis Anderson. Anderson still going. Very nearly got away from his attack, from the tacklers there. Last tackle in this set of 6. It's a kick downfield from Lee Braze. Eats up the time, doesn't it? Over the touchline. It's going to be a scrum down. Huddersfield head and feed. They're literally playing time added on down here this afternoon. (26-14) for the Warrington Wolves, 4 tries to 2 throughout the 80 minutes. Lee Braze getting the first one on 5 minutes. Then we had try scores from Chris Hitz getting 2 and Martin Gleeson against his former club. Huddersfield hitting back from a try from Ale Crabtree and Tom Hemingway. No, sorry, Jamal Louise, get me notes right. It's the Giants making the way to just in front of the halfway line. Hudson getting through a lot of work for the Giants, loses the ball in the tackle though on that occasion. Being picked up by John Clark. Is there enough time on the clock for the Wolves to finish the game off in style? Matt King trying his best to do so. A late challenge being waved away by the referee. Play continues in the hands of Martin Gleeson. Are we going to get the champagne finish we're looking for? Gleeson back on the inside. It's Andy Braycheck going over for a try, number 5. What a way to end the game. Bray downfield it was. Martin Gleeson did the hard yards. He had Andy Braycheck in support. Braycheck finishes it off. Warrington 30, Huddersfield 14. Missed conversion from Lee Braze, Warrington 30, Huddersfield 14. Play still continues down here at the Halliwell Jones. That is going to be the final action of today's game. It's a kick-off downfield from the Giants after conceding the try to Andy Braycheck. Soon play stops. The referee's going to blow time on this Super League 13 round 7 game. The 100% record is safe for the Giants. Final score, Warrington 30, Huddersfield 14.